Friday of the 32nd week in Ordinary Time.
A reading from the second letter of St. John. Chosen Lady, I rejoice greatly to find some of your children walking in the truth, just as we were commanded by the Father. But now, Lady, I ask you, not as though I were writing a new commandment, but the one we have had from the beginning. Let us love one another. For this is love, that we walk according to his commandments. This is the commandment, as you heard from the beginning, in which you should walk. Many deceivers have gone out into the world, those who do not acknowledge Jesus Christ as coming in the flesh. Such is the deceitful one and the Antichrist. Look to yourselves that you do not lose what we worked for, but may receive a full recompense. Anyone who is so progressive as not to remain in the teaching of the Christ does not have God. Whoever remains in the teaching has the Father and the Son. The word of the Lord.
The responsorial psalm. The response is, Blessed are they who follow the law of the Lord. Blessed are they whose way is blameless, who walk in the law of the Lord. Blessed are they who follow the law of the Lord. Blessed are they who observe his decrees, who seek him with all their heart. Blessed are they who follow the law of the Lord. With all my heart I seek you. Let me not stray from your commands. Blessed are they who follow the law of the Lord. Within my heart I treasure your promise, that I may not sin against you. Blessed are they who follow the law of the Lord. Be good to your servant, that I may live and keep your words. Blessed are they who follow the law of the Lord. Open my eyes, that I may consider the wonders of your law. Blessed are they who follow the law of the Lord.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. Jesus said to his disciples, As it was in the days of Noah, so it will be in the days of the Son of Man. They were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, up to the day that Noah entered the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. Similarly, as it was in the days of Lot, they were eating, drinking, buying, selling, planting, building, on the day when Lot left Sodom. Fire and brimstone rained from the sky to destroy them all. So it will be on the day the Son of Man is revealed. On that day, someone who is on the housetop and whose belongings are in the house must not go down to get them. And likewise, one in the field must not return to what was left behind. Remember the wife of Lot. Whoever seeks to preserve his life will lose it, but whoever loses it will save it. I tell you, on that night there will be two people in one bed. One will be taken, the other left. And there will be two women grinding meal together. One will be taken, the other left. They said to him in reply, Where, Lord? He said to them, Where the body is, there also the vultures will gather. The Gospel of the Lord.
The first reading comes from the second letter of John, verses 4 to 9. In this passage, we hear the author address the chosen lady. Now, the chosen lady is probably another name for the entire community. The church was often represented as a woman, and it speaks about some of your children walking in the truth. Notice how it says that some of your children are. The implication, many are not. And what is the truth? That we should first of all live the new commandment of loving one another, but also that we should believe that Jesus has come in the flesh. This letter, along with the other two, are written to combat a heresy within the community. The heresy was called Docetism, which denied that Jesus came in the flesh, that Jesus, the eternal Son of the Father, could take on our human condition. For the Greek, it seemed impossible that God could have anything to do with our material world, because the material world was considered corrupt. So they went through all sorts of machinations to show how Jesus and Christ were really two different individuals. Jesus, the man born in Bethlehem, Christ, the eternal Son of the Word, and they really had very little to do with each other. These are the progressive ideas that the author is talking about, and the members of the community who are still faithful to the truth that was preached to this community are encouraged to stay in the truth. The Gospel is from Luke 17, 26 to 37. Like yesterday's reading, we hear about the end of the world. We're approaching the end of the church here, and one of the major themes is the end of the world, which coincides well with those who live in the Northern Hemisphere, the end of the growing season, the arrival of winter, the reminder that life doesn't last forever. Well, what does Jesus say? It'll come suddenly when you least expect it. 2 people will be on the roof, one taken, the other left. 2 women will be grinding grain, one will be taken, the other left. Now, some of our Protestant brothers and sisters interpret that the one that is taken is considered to be raptured, but that's certainly not the intent of what's being said. When it says taken, it really means killed. One will die and the other will be left, because later on it talks about where the body is. They're talking about people who will be struck dead. So this is not about rapture, and we Catholics believe that everybody will be caught up into heaven on the last day. Everyone, not just a chosen few, and that will be for the final judgment. At the end of this passage, we hear the saying, where the body is, there also the vulture will gather. Now this might be a little bit of anti-Roman polemic. Remember, the vulture, which could also be translated as the eagle, is a sign of Roman power, the sign of the legion, the group of Roman soldiers. And so, is he saying that somehow the power of Rome will have to do with the coming of the end of the world, with the persecution of the church? It's not really clear. What it does say, however, is that the end of the world will come upon us unaware. We should always be ready. I often say to people, what is the greatest sign of the end of the world? And the answer is gray hair. When you see gray hair in the mirror, you realize you won't last forever. It's time to get ready. And may God bless us.